Welcome one and all to That's How We Roll's One-Shot Revolver. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and the Noongar people, traditional custodians of the lands on which we meet today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. At which point I shall hand over to our GM for the day, Lucky.
Feels so special being in that seat of power.
Well, you should.
Oh God, we've given him power. Oh dear.
So as the video description probably says, we're playing Delta Green today. For those who are not familiar with the game, it has a Call of Cthulhu, horrors of the world type of situation. But Delta Green is an agency that is specializing in keeping the people of the world oblivious to everything that's going on. Their goal is not so much to remove the horror, although that is useful, but it's more to cover it up. So your ultimate goal is to protect the public from knowledge of the other side, all the bad things. It's an agency that's been set up to, basically keep everyone hidden away and all the knowledge of the multiverse, in the back end so that everyone can continue to live their happy mundane lives until the day where the entire Earth implodes, because it's inevitable. So basically, we'll be playing a collection of they're called agents of Delta Green. These players, we've organized our character sheets prior. We'll be going through. We've got our mission, and I think we'll all start off with the game itself. Plays in a lot of information where you're dealing with a lot of the people in your life and the things that are involved around them. And so a lot of the time when you take the stress or mental damage of your character, you see something that is so horrible that you can't comprehend it, you have the option of losing your mental sanity, or you can just push it onto one of the people you're close to and slowly destroy your relationship with them. So if we take a moment, let's just go through. Damien, do you want to jump in and say your character and give me a little bit of information about them and who's special to them?
So I'm playing Bruce Kelly. Did we decide I've got a backstory, but it's a location.
If you want to be, it doesn't matter. You can pick wherever you like.
Okay.
Start off wherever.
So he grew up in Tasmania, and he's a firefighter, and he was one of the best firefighters in the world. So he got invited to America, where he was stationed for a while, and he went to a house that was on fire, and he tried to put out the fire that was on a child, but it wouldn't go out, and the flames just kept to go bigger and bigger. And then this child had glowing green eyes, and basically then Bruce fainted, and he woke up surrounded by Delta Green agents.
Nice.
So that's his kind of backstory. Who's important to him? So he's got a friend named Kenny, who's a professional wrestler. And he's got a best mate called Macca.
Okay, Macca and Kenny.
Yeah.
All right, great. I'm assuming he just partakes. Does he partake in wrestling, or does he just watch his friend do it?
He just watches. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you know what's hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor across the road's name actually is Macca.
Wow.
He's not into wrestling. He's a pastry chef, but yeah.
It's basically the same. You just need a different kind of dough. All right. Speaking of your friend Macca, want to jump in, Danny?
Absolutely. I am playing Louise Sinclair. I'm originally Finnish. Apologies, no accent will be done on this recording. And I was brought into Delta Green because I'm an historian by trade, by profession, training, at least by training. So I brought out a book, factual, about an ancient cryptid, kind of a Slender Man figure from centuries ago. And Delta Green contacted me about the book and basically offered to either give me a lot of money to say I'd made it up to sell more books, or to come in and consult for them and help keep the veil up for people in the future. So I'm not about to go back on the integrity of my work, so I picked the second one. The people who are important to me, I've got my grandmother, Amy, who still lives in Finland, but we chat regularly online. I'm a member of a film group. It's kind of like a book club, but for movies, mostly European movies, to try to introduce some of my friends to something with a bit more culture than they're used to. And I'm still very close to my PhD supervisor, Dr. Eric Ullman, and my best friend, Lucy. Those are probably the two people in the world who matter the most to me. And
Great, I'll
thus
see
the
if I
two
can find those
relationships.
relationships.
Exactly.
All right, round is out. Peter, what you got?
I'm Bo Bextia, humble computer scientist, but I know a bit. And I can know a whole lot more about wherever I get access to, if you know what I mean. But in my data digging, I let curiosity get the better of myself, and I found a file that I wasn't meant to find. I went digging into the history around the Rand Corporation, America's premier policy think tank, and found a file on some mysterious being that they were getting information on regarding the Vietnam War. And before I knew it, I was up to here in red tape and police. All right. Before, I was happy just impressing my wife Trova and my son Erkin, making myself look cool with all my little Arduino projects and hacking into their phones as a prank. But since I learned the truth, things are only going to get a lot deeper from here. And I can't even tell my best friend Peter, who I work with.
Peter sounds like a tool.
I mean, he's been kind to me, but how much does he know?
Good. All righty. So that said, you guys have all been contacted at some point and have asked to come into. You've been asked to meet in a small. It's a renter office essentially. So you've basically go into this, building. They've got a boardroom set up. There's water available and a couple of chips, things on the table, and you've all been asked to meet there at this particular incident for a Delta Green operation. So some of you might have received a phone call, others letters. You might have received an email, Bo, because that's your go-to way of messaging. Either way, you've all shown up in this area, and would be your first time meeting. So, who do you think would arrive first?
Can I ask a question real quick? What year is it?
It would be around now. It's a current year. So we are living in 2024. I nearly said 3, being still fresh. 2024. You have access to all the current situations and technologies that you currently exist with.
I think Bruce would show up first.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's great. So Bruce is sitting there. What do you reckon he's go to? Is just, grab a bottle of water, accidentally put out the fire that isn't there?
grab a bottle of water, check all the microwaves that their plugs are all safe, and do some safety tests around all the electric devices.
Right. Who's next?
I'll probably show up while he's checking the back of the microwave. Mistake him for one of the cleaning staff. Just plonk myself down on one of the chairs. I brought a coffee with me, so I'll sit that and check my messages and my emails and my phone.
Love it. And then as rounding out, Bo comes in last.
Yeah, Bo rocks up, sees a couple of the staff working, and doesn't make eye contact, just sits down. If there's like a magazine or like a stack of magazines, he'll like flip through them. Any open on the table, he'll look at it, close it, add it back to the stack, sit back on his phone.
Nice.
Are we?
All right, so
are we deep undercover, or are we using our real names?
By definition, usually you wouldn't share personal details within Delta Green agents, just so that when you come back to your real world, your lives can still be separate from one another. So it's your choice if you want to share any personal details, but normally you wouldn't, is by stock standard. So you wait around for a few minutes, and a tall gentleman comes in. He's wearing a pressed suit and has short white hair, and walks in, sits down, and like, oh, thank you all for arriving. Could you please step away from that microwave?
2015 last time this was checked.
Well, that is not our concern right now. So if you'd be pleased, and he gestures towards a seat for you to take down.
It might be someone's concern, mate. You know, it could blow up any second.
What was the incident that you called us here for?
This is a specific incident, and I'm going to have to apologize to you in advance, Louise, as it somewhat concerns yourself. Normally, as you know, we keep our history and records secret from one another, but you may recognize the famous author, Louise Sinclair, gesturing to both Bruce and Beau.
Neither of them recognizes me.
Yeah. We have an incident where basically a murder's taken place where a gentleman has gone and made a vicious attack upon an ice cream man. He was originally claiming that the man was a monster and that he made a mistake and it wasn't a monster, and he's been chasing it down. It sounds like an absolute lunatic, in all honesty, but he has made several references saying the only person he's willing to talk to about the case now is one Louise St. Clair, author of a particular book. Now, this set off red flags within Delta Green, as you may know, and as such, we're going to organize you to pose as detectives coming in, being that is now potentially an interstate incident, seeing that he's claimed that there have been multiple murders taking place. And as such, he will only talk to you about it. And yourself, gentlemen, will be the agents assisting Louise in trying to get the information from this. He looks through his file, Larry Helmsworth. Now, if you'd be so kind, and he goes through the folder and hands both Beau and Bruce Kelly little passes and badges. So Bruce, you get Agent Fitzpatrick, and Beau, you have Agent Stone.
I mean, I'm not much of an actor.
That's fine. I'm expecting most of the time Louise will be able to do the talking. You're merely there to be able to get through the areas of red tape.
Does anyone else get a Silence of the Lambs vibe from this whole scenario?
Was he did you say an ice cream man?
Yes, he
made
pulled
out
out
of
a gun.
ice cream?
And yes, he pulled out a gun and shot down and delivered ice cream man who was serving ice cream to children in the area. We have several witnesses who viewed the incident, and then apparently upon the shooting, he was saying, "Oh, I've made a mistake. This is wrong," and then averted the police for a little while after running away. It wasn't long before we managed to catch up with the gentleman, take him into custody, and he's at this point claimed that he was trying to hunt down a monster and that he's only willing to talk to one Louise St. Clair.
Gotcha. So he wasn't a man made out of ice cream. He was
No. He was just, as far as I can tell, a genuine ice cream man.
How long have we been part of Delta Green?
That's up to yourself.
Okay,
Because this could be a first mission. Yeah, there you go. So Agent Stone has decided this is his first mission.
I think it'd be like his second mission, I think, for Bruce.
Excellent.
Now,
go on.
I was just going to say it's probably Louise's first active mission. I probably consulted on a couple of things previously.
Yes. And normally would keep yourself in that consulting position as part of our agreement. However, in this situation, it's unprecedented circumstances, and we will require you to go above and beyond on this one. Now, in all honesty, the man doesn't come across as a clear-headed individual and is clearly suffering some kind of mental episode. That said, the fact that he has gestured to your book and is claiming that there is monsters, we really need this covered up. I don't care if there is a monster. Take care of it if you must, but we need to make sure that the general public are not aware to such a horror, should one exist.
Look, I know I'm pretty new here, but my last mission, it's a weird kind of thing made of spaghetti, or what looked like spaghetti. But I don't know, there's not much to go on here.
No, there is not. which is why I suggest that you interview this gentleman, and then from that point make your decision as to whether he's just a crazed lunatic or if there is actually something to look into. Either way, I want you to take whatever it is, cover it up, stop him talking. Any references to your book, Louise, I prefer he doesn't associate that with the press. As lovely as your book is, in any additional information or press for it, Delta Green isn't too keen on having that extended out to the public.
Do you have a location for this gentleman? Where is he
Yes.
being held?
He is currently in custody in, and he looks through his thing, Grimwood is the town. And I'll give you details and a flight over there. You should be willing to leave later this afternoon. I just hope there's no objections to that.
We don't have much choice, do we? But
Correct.
how big is this Delta Green thing? Because if you every single time someone comes along and says they're a monster, you go check it out. I mean, that's
We have a system which flags it indirectly. It is purely from the history of Louise here that we've actually noticed some red flags. Should he have not mentioned her book or insisted that he only talked to her, Delta Green probably would have not looked into this incident.
What kind of percentage we're talking about? I mean, back where I come from, we call these guys wankers.
Yes, and it's quite possible that he is. It's purely these unprecedented items that have caused us to think otherwise. Now, in an ideal world, he is a nut job, or a wanker, as you so put it, and we'll be able to close this off as quickly as possible.
All right. Faster we go, the faster we get back, eh? Okay, look at these electrical outlets you got here.
Yes. Well, again, this isn't our building. We've rented this situation and location for just this purpose. You can bring it up with their fire marshal if you so choose in your own time.
Oh, I will.
Good day.
How
Yes?
far is this word spread?
That's for you to find out and keep under wraps. As far as I know, it's probably locally within the precinct that he's been captured. There's some local press that have made an article about the incident, but there didn't seem to be anything referencing one Larry Helmsworth within it. So, fingers crossed, it all stays quiet. But it's your job to make sure it stays that way.
Larry Helmsworth was the guy that's in custody?
Yes, correct. He's middle-aged man, 46, I think, and one late son and divorced from his wife, as far as our records show. No incidents of past lunacy. He had a decent law firm from a little while, as far as we could tell. But as for previous records, there's next to nothing on him.
Suddenly goes crazy?
Correct. It could just be driven mad by grief. His son died in, some incident or went missing and then was later found dead, something like that.
Hope that's not me in 12 years.
Yes, well, keep your head up and chin up and, nose clean. I think you'll be fine.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Do you have the name of the ice cream man?
Oh, yes. The
What was he
Jeffrey
doing?
Kelly. That was, as far as I knew, he was delivering ice cream on his route.
And
Jeffrey Kelly, no relation then. I mean, I've got a big family, but
Oh, I wasn't aware that you'd be willing to advise people of your name, but that is fine. He's no relation to yours, I assume.
how'd they cross paths?
As far as I know, he was a random attack, claiming that he's a monster. The man sounds insane. He just waited for this Jeffrey to pull up and then shot him 3 times and then ran away. Was later apprehended by the police.
as previously stated, wanker. Well, worst case scenario, we bring him in and there's one less nut job on the street shooting people.
He's in custody already.
Oh,
Police custody.
I missed that detail, but yes, good job.
Thank you. I will let the people know. Is there anything else that you need to know before heading out?
What kind of agents are we? I bring out the card again. See what my ID is.
You would be FBI, being that you're able to travel into multiple states, being it's a national incident. So we'll need to have you traveling. You basically, the reason he's made this claim is that being it's a state, he's claimed that there's been multiple murders in multiple states. We're going to have to elevate this to be an FBI incident. That way you can take away the control from the local police and you'll be able to have a little leeway. Your cover will be that your detective's working with the FBI, and Louise St. Clair here will be I guess you could say a assistant in the case, being your contractor, as it were, being that he's only willing to talk to yourself.
I'm always happy to help the police and the FBI.
And I appreciate it.
Should we put on fake accents and keep our identity secret? I'm not very good at accents.
That is fine. Ideally, again, Louise will be the only one talking. You should be able to keep your mouth shut and just look official. But should there be any issues arise, I need you to cover it up. We clear on that?
Roger and out.
You got any passwords for the precinct? Any way to get in? Make my job
your
easier?
badge should be more than enough. As long as they're all official, we've got the documentation. Anyone looks it up, they should be fine unless they do some serious digging. So try not to make waves when you're within the precinct.
All right.
Anything else?
I guess I'm good to go.
Excellent.
Gotta pack a bag.
Great. Here is a credit card that will assign company policies to Delta Green. Acquire suits for yourself, something that matches appropriate attire, and anything else you might need, we can be transferred back to the company. Thank you. And he, leaves a folder for yourselves with the details that he's told you, and then steps out and out of the room.
She
All
drops the folder on the ground.
I'll check the folder for plane flights or plane tickets.
Yep. You get your tickets. You've got basic information on Larry, Jeffrey, and the place where he's being held. Anything else that I think might be appropriate? Maybe a collection of fake IDs for yourselves.
Car keys.
You won't need car keys here. You'll have to rent a car when you land.
Okay. So,
Cool. We
Louise
head out
Sinclair.
yes. Have you read my book? Any of them? I've got several out. Only the one that Delta Green cares about.
No, don't read.
That
You
is
can't read?
No, don't read. I can read.
Tragedy.
Okay. I think I've seen your name on on some books. Or I scroll through so many databases and
Yeah. I don't think I've ever met someone who doesn't read before. What do you do?
Watch a lot of wrestling. Do a lot of running. Hang out with best mates. Blokey stuff.
Oh, good. Good. Well, I'll see you two at the airport then. Good luck getting suits and things.
Yeah, I might bring one from home. Or what do you think a new one? You think FBI agents wear new clothes all the time?
I think the FBI isn't paid nearly as well as you think they are, but they probably wear matching suits when they're official. I don't know. I've only ever met FBI agents in terms of TV.
Well, given that we seem to be super special units of some sort, I think we'll be outfitted pretty well. I mean, if you think about, Navy SEALs within the Navy, or they've got extra permissions, they've got extra budgets, so I think we'll be all right.
Cool. By the way, you guys can call me Roger.
Roger, nice to meet you. Mate. Well, Agent Fitzpatrick, but letting you all know my real name, Bruce Kelly, because I thought apparently I might have some long lost cousin, in this case Jeffrey, but so I thought might as well, I know it's against the rules, but I thought I might as well tell you my name.
I'm
Fair
gonna
enough.
just leave the two of them in the room chatting to each other.
Oh, bye, Louise.
Bye, Louise.
We'll organize suits.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
suits. Go down the man
Great,
cave.
so-
You know.
Something like black, gray, navy.
You guys go and have
maybe.
a 80s montage of suit fittings.
Yeah.
What I want,
doing the hair.
you've got to do that better. Yeah, thumbs up. No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
cool.
Tell me they
Shop
come out with
later.
something in like navy and pink pinstripes.
We've got Hawaiian shirts in the bags, but otherwise
Going for the Weird Al look.
navy suits.
Yeah, navy suits. I think navy.
Love it. You get to the airport, fly your plane, and arrive in town. What do you want to do?
Rent a car,
Rent a car.
Great.
find
So,
ourselves a hotel.
Black SUV.
Yes, the most inconspicuous black SUV that Roger Stone can
Spray painted across the side, not cops.
Maybe an ice cream van.
Not an ice cream van.
I don't want to get shot on my first day.
Just spray painted black. Black ice.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be like, guys, like, I'll get the car. It's better if it's under, this ID anyway.
Yeah, mate. I trust your judgment.
Nice.
So-
All right. So you acquisition a car, you can pay all your, things appropriately. What's the first
Yep.
thing you'd like to do when you arrive?
High five, everyone.
Good job.
High five.
You landed.
Team.
You're one of those people the plane lands, you start clapping.
Yeah. Oh,
What time do we land?
It'll be about 5:00 currently,
AM.
PM.
Okay.
What time do we have to interview the dude, or do we have a deadline?
You haven't organized, but I'm sure you could walk in there and just do it.
Walk
you have the
off-
power of
walk
the
in,
FBI
shut
behind you.
up,
And this is a smallish town?
Yeah, reasonably. I mean, it's got all your basics of that you'd have. I'd say there's probably there'd be about 10,000 people living here. So it's
Yeah.
large enough, but it's you'd be able to get by pretty inconspicuously.
But if it's 5 when we land, likely the police station's going to be closed overnight by the time we got there.
Possible.
If it's a small
To
town,
visitors.
maybe. Yeah, well,
But I
to
assume-
visitors. Yeah, well, yeah.
Assume if they've got,
They got a night cop
Like-
or something.
assume if they've got prisoners, then there'll need to be people there.
Do we?
Maybe you could check, Roger. You're the
Yeah.
Yeah.
notional FBI agents. You could check if they're going to be open, maybe give them a call. If I give them a call, it's going to be weird.
Absolutely. Someone else want to drive? I'll sort this out in the back
Yeah, I'll
seat.
drive, mate. I'll drive, mate.
I want to, I'll call him. I'll call up the police station. Actually, I was gonna say I wanted to do some digging to find out like who's like all the media sites that have done this article, done any articles on them, and then like try and temporarily kind of take them down or like invalidate their certificates or something.
You want to, yeah, okay. You still want to try and ruin the website so they can't post
Yeah,
anything
just
online.
because then someone goes to the link and it's like, oh, this is a shady website.
Okay, yeah, okay. So you just want to actively attempt to break the SSL certificates.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Great. All right. Yeah, no, I think you've computer sciencey enough. Yeah, give me what's going to be the best role? I would assume
Computer
it'll
science?
be- yeah, computer science will do.
Okay, I've got 80 in computer
Yeah.
science.
All right. So just roll a D100
Nice.
and roll under 80.
Oh, okay. It's not like automatic.
No, not for this one. Only because I would assume that a newspaper service would have a decent amount of security up on their servers.
Why would you think that?
That may not be accurate.
I think that yeah, with the budgets they have, yeah, I don't think so.
I don't have my dice here. Hang on.
So I roll on
Could I?
Google.
Doesn't have a D100? Okay, I'll roll 10. I rolled a 9
That's bad.
That's bad. And a
that's
9.
bad.
Oh,
99.
oh no!
A
That's
critical
bad.
failure. So the way the game
Oh.
works is if you roll doubles under your score, it's a critical success. If you roll
Yeah.
doubles over, it's a critical failure.
Oh my god. Okay.
Mm.
Google, you failed me.
Yeah. So I think at this point, yeah, no, okay. There's something that's going to occur, but you won't know what that is as yet. So don't worry about it.
No,
Terrible.
good stuff. Don't worry
Alright.
about it.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing I wanted to see if there was a visitors. Yeah, I'll just try to call the police precinct. See if anyone
Nice.
picks up.
Yeah, you wait on hold for a good 15 minutes while you drive over there, and you're about 5
Yeah.
minutes out when it's like, yeah, get this call. It's Captain Lance Johnston.
Hi, Captain. It's Agent Roger Stone calling. I believe you've been informed of coming to see a prisoner named let me see, Larry Helmsworth.
Give me a second. You hear some computer tacking in the background. Yes, I have a note here that he will be interviewed by the FBI and a consultant. Would that be yourself?
That is correct, Captain. Are you available for us to see him tonight?
Yeah. No, look, this I can probably do it. That's yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Come on over. How long do you think it'll be?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, all right. So you might have called a little earlier, but that's fine.
Put some
I didn't know
cool.
how far away the precinct was. Sorry. Appreciate it.
All right. I'll see you shortly. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah. So you pull up out the front. It's a reasonably well kept police station. They've got it looks like it's been recently renovated. Looks nice. You got the pretty stone masonry out the front, and a nice new age building with all your weird angles that the roof shines on. Walk inside. There's a small waiting room, and after you've waited in that area, a large portly gentleman comes out, balding and in what appears to be the police attire, short sleeves, tie, the pin on the tie. And which one of you might be Agent Stone? Looking between the two agents.
That's me. That's me.
Good. Pleasure.
Roger.
Captain Johnston. Call me Lance, though, and he shakes your hand. And yourself, gesturing towards the other agent.
Captain Agent, my name is Agent Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. You get your name there, son. Pleasure. Lance
Yeah,
Johnson.
it's just being in this this foreign land, a long way away from home.
Well, you've done well to get up
goes
in
a
the
bit nuts.
FBI. I'd like to discuss that later. That's impressive. And
Louise Sinclair,
Miss?
consultant.
An absolute pleasure, my dear. And may I say, you look rather ravishing this evening.
That's very kind of you, officer.
Oh, look, no, thank you. I merely leave this gentleman. Have you met him before? This Larry Helmsworth?
Never even heard of the man until yesterday.
It's not uncommon that the general public, when they do something, they'll try and call in some famous person. It's a weird ploy. They always want to have their big hurrah and meet someone. It's like their Make-A-Wish Foundation before they get locked up, life sentence and all.
Yeah. Hopefully that is all it is. But obviously the agents will let me know if they need anything.
Oh, we'll let you know.
That's right. We'll be taking care of Louise during this conversation.
Yes, of course. All right, well, yep, let me get you through. And he kind of pushes open the door with his other arm, and you have to step past him, grazing past his belly as you walk through into the next room. He walks you through a few corridors, and he calls out and is like, "Hey, kid, you open the cage and bring in Larry," and blah, blah, blah. And so, you will get a small meeting room. The room can barely hold 3 people at best, but there is a small table in there, 2 chairs, and window on the outside. And you find Larry in there. He gets handcuffed, and this other guy who you assume is Kit kind of nods at you. What do you want to do?
Agent
look very
Fitzpatrick.
obviously at Roger and Fitzpatrick so that they give us instructions.
Does Mr. Ellsworth, what does he look like? Does he give off a certain vibe of nervousness, or
He's got those crazy eyes.
got those
I mean,
crazy eyes?
he looks a bit jittery. He's well shaken. He's keeping his hands on the table, and he's just his hands are moving a little. He keeps changing his hand position. Almost trying to crack his knuckles, but there's nothing there. He looks reasonably disheveled. He doesn't look like he's shaved in a while, and his hair is a bit tattered. But he looks, a bit malnourished is probably the best way to put it. But all in all, he seems like a general drug addict is probably the best word to put it. But yeah, he seems nice enough. You don't see any of the common markings of scars or anything over that. But he looks like he's just made a 10-day hike through the suburban life without food or water. That's what it looks like.
Captain, can I perhaps just have a chat with Mr. Elmsworth, just as agents? Will that be all right?
Yeah, well, I don't see what the problem is.
If
shall I give me a persuade roll? What's your persuade at currently? Or if you like, you could use bureaucracy would be another one. I'll try and sway him using the law, and
Persuades are at 20, so
I can try a persuade. I've got 40. I can try to get him to think that maybe without him in the room, the suspect will speak more freely to me since he was asking for me specifically.
Yeah, sure. All right, give me a persuade roll.
And this is where I roll a 99 as well. 68, so that's not a success.
No success. He's like, well, look, I mean, this is it's one-way glass, so he's not going to be able to see me anyway. So, and I'm curious to hear what he's got to say. In all honesty, so look, please, investigators, Miss St. Clair, if you please step in and we can see what this little bird has to sing about.
Well, yes, if you just allow us to take the lead.
Oh, please, I'll be out here. I'm just watching you through the glass.
Yeah, not at all creepy. So, Mr. Elmsworth.
So yeah, you step into the room. That's the plan.
Yeah, step into the room.
I'm going to sit in the chair. I just look at him and say, "Mr. Elmsworth."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Hi. Yes. What can I do for the three of you? Did you step into Agent Stone?
Yes, I'm going to be standing near the back on my phone.
Okay. So what can I do for the three of you?
So, you feel bad about killing those people?
Well, I mean, I only killed one person, and it wasn't on purpose. I very much regret what happened to that
I
gentleman.
heard it was 3.
I think you might be looking at the wrong file there, sir. It was only one person that I took the life of. And he says he's not making eye contact, but yeah.
1 or 3, it's still a horrible thing. Now,
Yes.
you've mentioned Louise Sinclair. Why did you mention Louise Sinclair?
Yes. Are you her? Are you Louise? And he just makes eyes straight at Louise.
I'm going to uncomfortably cross my arms and say, yes, I am. Why were you asking for me?
Oh, and he tries to reach for you, but the chains kind of pull him back. Oh, you're the only one. You're the only one who can understand what's happening. I know you'll understand because I've read your books. I was looking. I've read your books, and you've seen the monsters as well. You've seen them. I know you have.
Which monsters exactly?
I can only assume it's the same one you wrote about in your book. It's this thing that's been hunting down children and killing them, and I had to stop it. I tried to stop it. I couldn't stop it. I just couldn't stop it.
Why do you believe this cryptid is why did you think the ice cream man was a cryptid?
It is him. It is him. He took my son. The man, he took my son. I've seen him. I saw him do it. He took my son. My poor David was taken from me.
That's very sad, Mr. Helmsworth. But why the ice cream man?
Well, he was there before. This man, he was in my neighborhood, towns over, states over. He was there, and I met him, and I was happily. I talked to him, and I said, "Look, please." And we had a little ice cream, and he made my son an ice cream, and I had him that weekend. My wife and we have joint custody, and I had him that weekend. And then I heard at night, I heard the truck. It pulled up out the front of my house later that night, and I said, "What is that?" And so I heard my son's door open, so I went out into the hall, and I ran. Couldn't find him in his bed, so I looked out the window, and there he was. He was walking straight towards this ice cream man, and he was just there, and this blonde, same guy that I saw earlier. He was blonde and charming smile, and he almost welcomed my son with opening arms. And so I ran out. I charged, and I ran down there, and I said, "David, come!" And I grabbed his wrist and tried pulling him, and he came over to me. This ice cream man, he grabbed me, he held me above his head, and I looked into his eyes, and they were just black. There was nothing but black, viscous eyes. And next thing you know, I woke up in bed. I was there in my bedroom floor, and I didn't know what happened. David was gone, and I didn't know what to do. And it was my wife. She thought I was trying to hide him from her, and we had those court cases, and the courts ended up sending me to the psychiatrist, and it was after a few sessions and hypnosis that I was able to remember what happened, and I remembered everything. The ice cream man, he took him.
What's the name of that psychiatrist that you saw, Mr. Helmsworth?
Dr. Lisberg, back in my town of Genselton. He helped me, and then I remembered what happened, and I was able to see exactly what happened. I saw the moment, and since then I've been chasing him down. I've been chasing down the ice cream man. He goes from town to town, and it's not always him. It's not. It's the same guy, but it doesn't look like him. It's a different ice cream man. And so I go and I chase down this ice cream man, and then the children, they disappear, and then the next thing you know, that they're gone, and the ice cream man's gone, and the truck's gone, and I chase him down again and again, and this time I finally got ahead of him. I got here first, and I wouldn't let him take it, so I shot him. I shot him 3 times as soon as I saw him, but it wasn't him. He just bled out and died. I didn't mean to kill him.
Did you tell the police when your son was taken?
Of course, I've told the police. I've told everyone. Did you try and claim that some ice cream man is taking people, and it's not the same ice cream man? You tell them it's a monster, and they say you're a loony, and they just shut you out anyway. I've had proof. I took proof. I've got a briefcase full of proof of every incident. But no one believes me. But I knew you would. I knew you would, Louise. That's why I'm here. But you with all your knowledge and experience, you'll be able to tell me exactly what it was and hunt it down. I'll give you the details. I have them.
The details would be very useful. There are
yes
so many possibilities with a story like that.
But he leans in close.
I warily lean closer.
There is a briefcase that I hid. There was a small alley next to a Denny's, just outside of town. Behind there's 2 trash cans, and they look like they've never been emptied, so I assume it's there. But the briefcase is tucked in behind. Find that briefcase. You'll have all the information you need.
Just a quick question, mate.
Yes.
The first time you saw this, the man with the viscous eyes, were you on any illicit substances?
Was not. I think I'm mad too. You're just like them. Not like Sinclair here. She understands.
So you were clear of mind. You were clear of mind.
Absolutely.
Agent Fitzpatrick?
Yes, Louise.
Didn't the briefing that we got indicate that there had been several disappearances? Were any of those children? Whether there's a monster or not, there could be, for instance, a serial killer, which would be entirely within your purview?
You think a serial killer would be able to lift me above his head? I don't think so. He held me up, one arm. I was just dangling there, feet kicking and clenching at my throat.
Mr. Helmsworth, whether it's a monster or a human, it's a serial killer.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
We'll look into this, Mr. Ellsworth.
Yes,
Um,
you will.
can I say from the briefing we read that was there a record that he actually did have a child?
Yeah.
He had a late son.
Yes, he did have a
Was
late
the-
son named David.
And that was confirmed with
And ex-wife.
the records
So in the
government
reports that you
records?
got, they are correct, yes.
They're correct, sorry.
And David was reported missing and assumed dead.
Well,
Alrighty. I think we've heard all we're going to need here. Unless
Okay.
you two want to continue to
no. Well,
interrogate Larry.
well said, Agent Stone. I think we'll go check out this briefcase.
Yes,
Don't
find the
leave
briefcase
it
and then find the
We'll
serial killer that killed him.
Oh,
we'll take care of it, Larry.
we'll take care of it.
Well,
But one more question:
Yes.
where did the shootings happen? Unless it's in the briefings.
yes, I'm not too sure of the street myself. But it was the easiest and most open place. I feel sorry for the children who had to witness that gentleman pass. I didn't mean to kill the wrong person. I didn't mean it.
It's okay. We'll get to the bottom of this, Larry. And so I think we'll go to where the briefcase is, and also perhaps I'm sure we'll go to where the shootings happen as well.
I think first you just be like, "Oh, did you speak to your wife about what happened that night?"
He thought I was just trying to come up with excuses as to why I'd hidden David from her. I don't understand her. I mean, the divorce wasn't great on either of us, but we had a good thing going. I had him every second weekend, and I was trying to make things work. She just didn't believe me, and now the lawyers came, and I mean, I lost my law firm in trying to just keep my head above water between trying to find David and trying to fight the court cases, and I was voted off the board, and then just lost the house. It's just all gone downhill from there.
Sorry for your losses, Larry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Hemsworth. We'll get to the bottom of this.
How did you chase the monster? How did you pick which town to go to next?
It wasn't easy. I had to try and find as far as I can tell, the van is the same. It's the same van. He keeps using it every time. The monster likes his van. Different drivers all the time, but the same van. So I just find out when the next sale was. I lose him. I've tracked down. I follow the missing kids, and then he disappears. And I'm able to track down where the next sale is. They'll look up the VIN number, and I've tried to report it to the police, but trying to claim that there's an ice cream man that's multiple people and it's a monster, and they just don't believe me.
Do we have that
believe me?
Do we have those records of VINs and license plates, or can we get those from Larry?
You'll be able to get them from the incident report.
Yeah. Okay. We've got
Cool.
this,
right.
Mr. Ellsworth. You take care now.
And he kind of reaches out with his hands still clean to Louise as she's trying to run past, go past him. Thank you. Thank you.
I just intervene and put my hand and just hold his hand back and say, "It's okay. It's okay."
And he just started weeping.
We
All right.
escape from the interview room.
Yeah, we get out of there.
Well, you made him sing like a little bird, didn't you? You brought the right girl for this mission.
What I
work,
want to
Andrew.
know, which precinct got his report that his son went missing?
I assume that's in his own hometown of that name I said.
Grillworth.
Worth, yeah.
Because he's got a report that his son went missing And his son is still missing? Is that the case?
Oh yes, I'm sure that his son. I mean, this is what 4 years ago that went missing. It's probably a cold case by now.
Indeed. Indeed. Well,
Just another loony.
he's clearly very traumatized by
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
whatever
he's-
it is that happened to his son.
I think the divorce was probably hard on him. He had a few too many illicit substances, and it's just messed with his head. He's probably using the whole ice cream man thing as his coping mechanism or whatever it is. Tell you, he's got a little too much ice cream in his system, I think.
Probably worth following up with that psych. Sounds like until he saw the psych and did the hypnosis, he wasn't talking about monsters. He just had a missing kid.
Yes, that's quite possible. If you feel like looking into that, you can do that. But us agents, and he gestures to Stone and Fitzpatrick, is like, we think we know how things work around here.
I whisper to Roger and I'm gonna go, I guess it wouldn't be proper to deck this guy, right?
You're absolutely right, Agent Fitzpatrick. We should be going.
Yeah,
Yes, well,
just as I thought. Just as I thought.
Allow me to show you out, and he uses his little thing and taps you out, and then he opens the gate and lets you through. And he's, Miss St. Clair, if you're in town for a little while, I mean,
We'll call a bit early.
yeah. No, okay. Look, you got my number. Just get it from Agent Stone here. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got here that
understood, officer.
How could you
I-
resist?
Yeah, here.
Oh.
Absolutely, I hear that.
described Captain Lance Johnston as a gross Lachlan.
I can see that.
All right. What do you guys want to do first? We could
See if we can find that briefcase.
well, I mean, see if we can find the briefcase. And there's the psychiatrist and the Vin.
Yeah. Psychiatrist is at least one town over, probably several towns over. So
I think you said
probably
it's from a different state. So
Yeah.
you'll need to do some serial traveling or a phone call to be able to contact the psychiatrist.
I wouldn't mind checking where
in his hometown.
murder took place as well.
But-
The original. Oh, yeah. Do you want to go to the crime scene here?
Crime scene, yeah. I'm happy for us to split up, split the party. But depends what
because
everyone
that
thinks.
seems totally safe.
It always goes well, doesn't it?
I think we've got the one car. Let's all go to the same place.
Right.
Would you like to go?
Crime scene won't have changed much. Like if it's only been a couple of days, they've probably still got crime scene tape up. Nothing's going to be different if we go and find the briefcase first. But
Well, I
just on the off chance that having had that conversation where the police captain can hear us, he also sends someone to find it. We don't want that information getting out. We certainly don't want any journalists getting it.
Well, yes, he did whisper to you the location of the briefcase. But I think, if we get the briefcase,
Briefcase.
then that's it. Like, we could just leave. Because the cops are convinced that he's a loony.
The cops are convinced. We just have to make sure that the press are also convinced, because if children do start vanishing, he's going to sound less like a loony. So might be
true.
good to make sure that no kids are going to vanish in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to put the stop to it, because otherwise we'll just get called out again.
All right. Well, Bo will sit in the back seat and do some digging on any missing persons, like social media, see that people would have posted, my
And
child's gone missing or something.
you've probably got access at the moment to police or near police tracking. You could see if you can track down that license plate of the van, see if it was the same van.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I'll bring out, this time it's not on my phone. I'll bring out my
I'm getting
Oh my
serious.
God.
Get the laptop out.
Get the laptop out. It's got all my scripts on it.
All right.
Hack
So
into the
you
local.
we'll go with the briefcase first. You drive to the location near the
Mhm.
Denny's, and as mentioned, you managed to find the briefcase. Opening it up, it contains photos of the truck, pictures of different drivers, photos of children buying ice cream from the truck. For many of the photos of the children, he has corresponding missing child pictures. He also has a list of children that were missing in each town when the ice cream truck was there. And finally, he's got a list of the ice cream truck owners and operators who went missing in the towns.
Wow. So does it check out? Like it's
Yeah, you do some digging to check it all out?
We'll do some research. Yep.
yeah, I'll go incognito mode though, so no one.
Sure.
One of my special items is a tablet, but I don't know if it's like a super special tablet or not.
It's actually just a pill of ecstasy.
This is ecstasy. Well, I can get certain things done doing that.
Yeah.
It'll make me get faster.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, what skill would you like to use in order to research? I mean, yeah. So, did you want to do both the social media scanning, or does anyone else have a skill they would like to use to track down any of the information that briefcase contains?
I've got skills in history. I should be able to look at records of local papers or, newspapers across various small towns and match up the missing children to missing child reports in the local newspapers. That's something history should be able to, like looking at newspapers is one of the things we do.
History. Yeah, you could probably roll history for that. That will be a longer project, so you'd need to spend most of the night doing it if you wanted to go down that process. But that can be done. Being that you need to start looking into individual reports, reading the articles, finding the references. It's a big job. It can be done, but I mean, you need to spend most of the night doing that.
It's going to shock you, but I don't have much in the way of the brains department. So I can search. I'm pretty good at searching, but that's like physically searching.
Yeah.
So
that's fine. So you can drive to the crime scene while these
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Search up a hotel room to stay at. Look for the 5 stars.
Yeah. Very important.
On company card.
Company credit card.
The other thing, where was Larry staying? Like, where's his house? Is anyone there still? And can we?
Larry said he lost his house back in originally, but as far as you know, in the reports that you've got on Larry show that he wasn't staying anywhere here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere to search. No house of his to search.
No, not as far as you could tell, or not that he disclosed location or you asked.
Sure.
Well, let's go to the crime scene and have a quick look around there and see if the van is still there.
Sure.
If the van is still there, we can match up and see if its license plate and VIN match the ones that we're looking for.
What's your bureaucracy score?
Bureaucracy 40%.
Okay, yeah, no. Knowing that the crime scene would, probably be reasonably, still accessible. It was on a street, and you can't, stop the flow of traffic for that long and keep it in the eyes of the public. So the truck most likely would be impounded at this point. And checking through the notes, you can find that is confirmed. You might be able to find something at the scene of the crime that has been missed by general public. But as for the cleanup crew, they tried to just take as many pictures, and you got pictures of the crime scene. But it was cleaned up very quickly in order to keep general flow into the public, not seeing blood stains and everything else.
That's fair.
Can I just do a quick physical search for any specimens I might find at the scene?
Yeah. So you drive to the location. Give me a search roll.
Hey, I'm pretty good at that. That is a 11.
Oh, critical success. Under what?
Under 60.
Damn. Okay. Let me think. I want to give you something that's half decent from the search.
Good searching. Agent Fitzpatrick.
I think you check through the area and you search for the location. You see potentially where the bloodstain was. You can see it's been washed off by some kind of chemical that they've used.
A bloody
and
ice cream scoop.
That's it. But you decide to do in your due diligence, take a larger sweep of the area, checking alleys and visions of the area. You end up coming across this. You go to one of the alleys and there's this really off smell, like rotting meat, and you end up think, what the hell is that? Did something die back here? You end up finding this almost, I want to say, peeled piece of skin or leather or something similar that it smells like it's rotting meat. But as far as you can tell, it looks like skin from a human, like they've just been flayed. But yeah, you can't tell as to why it would be here or what its purpose is, as far as I can tell.
Like a lot of skin?
Yeah, like I would say a
An
strip,
entire human worth?
Like no, a strip about this big of just, it looks like someone's grabbed a handful of skin and pulled it off, and it's just sitting there on the side of the ground,
I've
just
actually
stinking.
got good forensics. Can I see if there's any foreign substances on the skin, like who may have attacked this person, like identifying DNA? I don't know.
Yeah, forensics. Yeah, you could roll it. Only because you don't have a kit or anything on it you're using, I'm going to have to take your negative 20% to the roll.
Okay.
But you can roll
it. So I rolled a 75 and my 60, so.
Yeah, no, you're not sure what this is.
It's skin.
I think you'd be able to tell that the skin looks humanoid, or I'd say, pig is probably the two, being that they're very close in, build. But I would say you'd be able to recognize with your forensic that it's very likely human skin. But the smell of, I think you can do it more without a lab or some kind of equivalent. Just the smell is off-putting, like it's been rotting for days, if not weeks.
Got a Snaplock bag?
Get one from the car straight away.
Yeah, that's right. You can go to the car and get a Ziploc bag you had a sandwich in earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tasty. Oof.
Anything else anyone wants to do at the crime scene?
Does Agent Fitzpatrick tell us about the skin that he's found?
He does. No. He does.
Do I actually know anything about a creature that steals people's skin or wears people's skin and steals children?
You could give me an unnatural roll.
Unnatural or occult?
Yeah, either. I'll let you pick your favorite.
Well, occult, I've got 40%, so I'll pick that over the 10% in unnatural.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got similar scores. Might try that
Ooh,
too.
that's a 31.
Nice.
31. Nice. Under 40?
Under 40,
yes.
Yeah, I think you've heard of legends throughout the time. During your research in writing your book on your Slenderman type figure, you had to try and sieve out different creatures that people have claimed through mythological and stories. But tracing all the way back to the 1800s, there's been talk of creatures that steal children and they steal children, and they used to steal them in huge collections and just take entire towns worth of children away, and then you wouldn't see them again for years, and then the same thing would happen on repeat every 5 years until it just randomly stopped one day. Yeah.
Kind of Pied Piper sort of.
Yeah, a very Pied Piper-y thing. You could probably assume that the Pied Piper might have been stolen, like taken from that, mythological story. But yeah, no, you've heard those creatures. You haven't. I don't think you would have heard so much of anything else that might be. Yeah, I think that, like, there might be the reference to ooze monsters, maybe would be referenced, or you've heard it was very difficult trying to separate that from the Slender Man, which too would steal people from the middle of the night, or something similar, which you wrote about.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Hmm.
What would you like to do?
We need to buy more Snaplock bags.
We should probably find a hotel and sleep for the night, because otherwise we're going to collapse tomorrow.
That too.
That too.
Excellent. All right, so you get your diviest, rent by the hour motel.
Absolutely not.
No. We've got the card.
We're gonna pick the most average hotel we can find,
and just room service it through the max,
Yes.
asking for everything inside Ziploc bags.
Yes, because we can't go to the store.
There's no room service. Send up all your Ziploc baggies, thank you. I'm sorry, sir, you can't take that out of the hotel.
Do you have take home
excuse me?
Ziploc bags? The customer's right.
I thought this was a 3-star hotel. What would you like next? So yeah, you go in, you sleep through the night. I think probably about 4 a.m. Agent Stone's phone starts ringing.
Okay. Hello. This is Roger.
Oh, is this Agent Stone?
It is.
Yeah, this is Captain Lance Johnston. We met yesterday, and
Yes,
you were there with another agent and Louise St. Clair. How's she doing? Is she good? You still there?
Yes.
Have I got a bad line? Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry to wake you up so
Captain.
early. I just I thought you might want to know there was an incident involving the Larry Helmsworth's case.
Yeah.
We had his ice cream truck in lockup, but it appears that there was an incident last night where the ice cream truck has been taken from the impound, and the guards on duty, I'm assuming they must have been asleep. There is no report. They said, oh yeah, well, it was here and now it's not. So I'm sorry to say, but being that you're following up on his case, I thought I'd let you know. But look, it's probably just some prank kids. We'll probably find it later today.
Of course. Did you just get this report now?
Yes, it only came through recently. I'm assuming that the somewhere within the last hour or two, the ice cream truck was stolen. But like I said, probably just some prank teens. You see an ice cream truck, you want to do some donuts in it, sweets and all.
Yeah.
But look, I'm sorry to bother you. Just thought you'd want to know. Look,
I
you
appreciate
good
it.
luck, and I mean, if you or Louise need anything, just give me a call. I'm here for you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Captain.
Cool. Thank you. You can
Finally.
What's your human at?
10.
Okay, cool. You can roll me a human just for fun.
All right. Just for funsies. 26.
Okay, don't worry about it.
What does human do?
It's basically your knowledge as to why humans behave the way they do.
Right.
Your intuition.
Yeah, that general human intuition is probably the best way to trigger it.
So,
Anyway.
Do you wake the other two of us up?
no, I think Roger goes back to sleep, and he'll tell you about it at breakfast.
Just sitting over the buffet. Look what we call us now.
It's 4 a.m.
I thought something happened, but in the next room you figured you just weren't sleeping.
Yeah, it's Someone took the van. So
Shit.
I guess
Sorry, mate. Someone took the van.
someone took the ice cream van that Larry was talking about.
Did they find it? I mean, did they check on security cameras?
Guess
Mm.
not.
Can you check on the security cameras?
Well,
Maybe.
I'm not
Let me have
good
a
with
go.
technology, but Roger can. Yeah.
Nice.
I guess. Right, yeah, Bo would probably know how to.
Wait, so who called you at
But I
4 in the
feel like-
morning to tell you that the ice cream truck had been stolen?
Your mate,
My mate.
Captain Lance Johnston, didn't
Oh,
remember Agent Fitzpatrick's name. Remembered both of your names.
Frankly, that's a blessing.
I mean, we're also
How
Yeah,
did he know
guys.
at 4 in the morning?
go.
Did someone
Nice.
call him up at 4 in the morning to report a vehicle stolen from lockup?
What did he say when I asked? What did you say when I asked when he got the report? Like in the last
He thought
hour?
that, he assumed that the security guard of the impound fell asleep and then woke up and reported it gone.
Yeah.
So the security guard at the lockup woke the chief of police at 3 in the morning to report
He's not the chief of police.
the police
You
captain.
could probably assume that he was on night duty.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you were to call him up, just like you called him up outside hours, he's the guy who's going to answer.
Well, it's our job to follow up on it. So, I mean, we're
Right.
Well,
agents, so we could probably just.
I mean, I've read about all these advances in technology. There's some kind of tracking thing we can use to find out where it is.
Maybe.
So surveillance cameras?
Yeah, let's. Is the impound place far?
No, you can get the details and drive. Do you want to drive on over there, or do you want to? What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, Roger just be like, simplest things, just to ask for the surveillance footage.
All right. So you guys spend a few hours having breakfast, and then
Of course,
Of course.
head over
food
to
service
the
in our
impound.
rooms, of
Then
course.
at lunchtime, then we head over.
So you head over
Mhm.
and get to the impound. There is small little security booth and one of those, boom gates on it, and you see a gentleman in a, really crummy looking security guard outfit, blue t-shirt, jeans, little cap, little badge that says "My name is Larry," but it's not Larry. His name will be Kurt Fredrickson.
Churt.
Churt Frederick.
It's an unusual
Churt.
name.
Good.
Churt.
Yep. I thought I
Mhm.
said Kurt, but Churt is better.
Sure.
Hi. Young guy, looks like he's in his 20s. Hey, how can I help you? Officers.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're just looking for some surveillance footage from.
Yeah. No.
From last night.
It's okay. I'm gonna need to see some ID, if that's okay.
Agent Fitzpatrick.
Oh, FBI. Wow. Nice to meet a federal agent. Yeah, well, that's cool. 1 second. He pulls out his phone and starts typing something, and then holds it up, takes a picture, and then types something, and then puts his phone down. Yeah, cool. So yeah, what can I do for you?
Sorry, what was that?
What?
What was that you just did?
Oh, just look. I updated my Snapchat story. See, and he, takes a picture and then taps it. And it's like,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
me and the
confiscate that.
agents.
Snapchat. Snapchat. Yeah, that's very suspicious.
We're gonna have to confiscate that. I'm sorry,
What?
Chet.
Why?
That's-
No, this is my phone, man. Come on. You can't arrest someone for Snapchatting. It's not a thing.
Well, show us what you put on there.
What else have
mate.
you
I did.
Snapchatted?
Look, and do
Like,
you want
give
to
us a
help me?
closer look.
No, look. He holds it up. You can see he's tensing his grip as he holds the phone towards you.
Yeah.
It just says, "Look, me and the agents at work. # arrested." And then it's a picture of him smiling, and you guys in the background looking, peeved or curious or whatever your facial expressions were at the time.
I just think this guy's a fanboy. Agent Stone, we can probably move on.
All right. What else have you Snapchatted this evening? This morning, rather.
Yeah, and so let me go through, and he swipes back through a couple of images, and then
Is that a penis?
yeah, so this thing is like
this is what I have for
morning coffee
breakfast,
#blessed,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
there's this video of him driving to work, like the selfie driving, and it's like,
Gosh.
God, this is too early. No one should get up at this hour. And yeah,
was he
then
on,
it's
was he on duty at the, like, guess not for night shift?
Oh no, I took over Barry. Barry was here before. He usually does the night shift at the moment. He's month on, month off. We alternate. Kind of cool, but no, he had a massive headache and said someone stole a van. You believe that? Yeah, classic Barry. He's getting old. He's probably fallen asleep. That rascal.
How
Tell
old?
you, they what? Me? 22 now. Yeah, nearly 23, but I'm staying young. Look at these lacquer wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
Agent
anyone who's
Stone?
got a
Agent
anyone who's got a
Prince
decent
Hudson?
what's the word, search roll can tell that he wears makeup.
All right,
What are you
Chat.
saying?
We're gonna need to see the surveillance cameras from about midnight to 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, sure. Cool. And so kind of it opens up the door, and it spins in. There's this little camera behind. Yeah, no, it should be fine. So you can see here that there is this, and look, there's Barry doing a little walk around. And then you're watching this tape, and so Barry walks around the area and goes back to the booth, and you look as you're watching. You can make out. Someone give me a search roll as you're looking at this thing.
All right.
I'll go a 60. So I can do
Try
that.
and get Shirt to go out, get us a coffee or something.
68 on a 60.
All right. Well, first give me a persuade roll to see whether you can get Chert out of there.
Shit.
I'll give you a +20 because you're federal agents and he's intimidated.
All right. That'll be a 40. No, wait. Yeah, it's 100. 100-sided die. I need to get under 40.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really supposed to leave the booth. Kind of, paid to be here, and it's just part of my job. But it's cool. I mean, look, you can all just cram in here. It's fine. And like you guys are just crammed into this, 1.5 person booth. But no, it's cool. I need to work the cameras. I'll show you how it works. And so, yeah. But who rolled the search rolls?
We
Anyone
both
succeed?
did.
I rolled the search and failed.
I got a
Good.
5 on a 60.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
One success. Anything else?
Oh,
Was it?
You wrote searching.
I fail.
Okay. All of you see another gentleman come up to the booth window and, start chatting with this, person. And they're like assuming Barry starts chatting. They're having a conversation. And it looks like after the conversation, this gentleman just walks away. What I would say that Bruce Kelly notices is it looks like this gentleman came up and actually almost threw up into the little security booth where it was, and then pretended to continue the conversation and left. And it's not much more. Nothing happens for the next half an hour, and then you see that the truck ends up driving out. The gate opens, and it looks like Barry opens the gate, and then the truck drives off.
So can I tell who got in the car? In the van?
No, you
No.
can't see what happened. Like it just looked like, because the person who was in the cameras looks like they walked away.
Who else is on night shift? Or was it just Barry?
Just Barry. I mean, look, we're protecting cars that are just behind a gate, and there's no real need for major security. I mean, that's how I got this gig. I get paid the big bucks on weekends, 22 an hour. So, yeah, a lot of people want this job. Try to get my friend Dave in, get rid of Barry, put in Dave. This incident might help me out.
Wow.
Maybe Louise or Agent Stone, you can somehow log into the citywide security cameras and traffic cameras, and maybe we can track where it went.
Yeah, I'll can make a couple phone calls.
Can people really do that? I didn't know people could do that.
Well, I've seen it in the movies, but
Anyway,
Yeah.
Chert, is Barry on for night shift tonight?
Yeah, no, he should be. So, yeah, if you want, I mean, if you need him, his mobile number's right here. I could just give you that. He's probably sleeping, being that he's just spent all night, but it looks like he was sleeping through that area there. I mean, it's odd that he let the car out, but maybe it's a friend of his. That could be it. You might know the guy and just, do him a favor. So
Maybe.
This could be my way to get Dave in. So, thank you, FBI.
Is Barry not a nice guy?
No, he's always fine. But look, Dave needs some money. I mean, we're planning to go on the lake this weekend. And so if I can get him a job quickly, he'll have a little money for cash rather than bumming off me. Just help me out. I got a lot of followers, and so they need to see my story being updated.
Is there another way into the parking area, or is it just the gate here?
Yeah, no, I mean, it should just be the front here. But no, look, I mean, your offices, you're welcome to have a look around if you like.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who drove the van. If we didn't see anyone else come in.
Yeah, let's go for a look around.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just like once we leave, just kind of
All right.
best we don't
See ya.
speak out loud around.
All right. So you're doing inspection inside the thing or around the outside?
Inside.
All right. Give me a search roll.
Okay. Bibbidi bobbidi 80 over 20.
82 over 60.
It's not good.
I don't think I've succeeded yet.
I got 24 under 60.
Yay.
Nice.
This is
Yeah,
why we
so-
have Agent Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
Look, so you end up walking around the perimeter, and two things you probably notice. One is that where the truck was parked, there is a large collection of water that is built up underneath. That's reasonably odd, but is what is. And then another thing you would notice is that around the outside of the perimeter, you find an area that has a very similar scent to that of the skin meat you picked up. But you don't find any trace of, what that is. It's just a sickening scent that remains. And that's not too far from the ice cream truck as well.
Where it was
I'm
parked.
always complimenting my nose on this smells like that meat.
Yeah, it does a bit. How's that snap lock bag doing?
Oh,
Pulls it out of his pocket. Oh, that's what it is.
That's
I dare to look.
exactly the same.
I think all signs are pointing to that van. We got to find that van.
Well, we could do what Larry did. Try and track it.
Yep.
But this case is looking more like something real every time we get a new lead.
It's looking very real.
Mm.
It's got a certain
Smell?
smell. Yeah, feeling.
I'd say something smells fishy, but It's more dead
Mm,
meaty.
Dead meaty. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing out of. We can't put our finger on something out of the ordinary or out of normal police work at this stage, but we still should investigate this. Yeah, let's try and find this van. And
All right.
yeah,
Can I use, is human the right thing to use to go and like ask all the shops or businesses around the area if they've had somebody on overnight and if we can have a look at their surveillance tapes if they have any?
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Give me a persuade, I guess. I mean, I'd go persuade, or you could use your what's the word? Bureaucracy would be another one I would allow. Something, you could use to say, oh, cool, FBI, we have the right to get this information.
I'll try persuade.
Yep.
Since I'm not looking like I'm FBI. Nope. 62 on 40.
Nice. So yeah, you go in there and they're like, you have no right to use this footage. This is our property. I'm not going to help you. This is America. Sorry, you don't successfully manage to do that.
In Finland, everyone would help.
Yep. Anything else someone wants to do?
Guess I just wanted to keep an eye on how my social media trolling is going to see if there's any missing kids in the area.
Sure. Yeah, look, just give me a computer science roll or something similar.
Sure. I mean, computer science is 80.
Computer science is fine if you want to use that.
Okay. 52 under 80. Yay! Succeeded.
Yay!
Nice. Good job. Searching through, you don't see any reference to any children being stolen or missing in the area. You do notice that what kind of posts of what kind of neighborhood could we have where ice cream men are killed in front of our children, those type of things appear. There is a post from the Sun which is talking about a potential hack attempt that happened on the newspaper servers. But yeah, as far as you can tell, there's nothing that indicates any children are missing.
Okay, I guess that's good for now.
Can I have a look at the photos from the briefcase?
Mm-hmm.
You said he had a bunch of photos of the ice cream van.
Correct.
Is there anything in common in the areas that it's parked? Like, is it near a school or a park or something in many of the photos?
Yeah, you want to give me a maybe forensics roll or search, or I mean, you can tell me what you want, what skill you want to use for it. I will be willing to.
I think I'll try search. I'm just looking for any kind of physical similarities in the photos.
Navigate could be another one I'd allow.
Do I have anything in navigate? I do not.
Is there a help action kind of in this game?
Yeah, I think you can assist the role. I don't think there's an official thing without me, going for it, but I'll allow you to roll a attempted help, which will give a plus 20% on whatever roll you want to use. So
okay, yeah, I'll do it.
But if you roll a critical fail, it would be a negative.
Yeah.
I'll try a search if you'll allow search.
Yeah, let's just see if Bruce can give you a buff.
It's a fail, not a critical fail, but it's a fail.
Cool. All right, so he can't. All right, what do you got for search?
34 under 60.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh yeah, looking through them, you can very easily tell that there is no, difference between the air. Like there's no similarities between where this thing is parked or how it looks. It looks like that this picture has just been taken from different angles wherever Larry's managed to get the image. So some look up here, he might have grabbed them from security footage himself that he might have seen, taken the picture himself, but it looks like he's managed to get the image from multiple different sources because he's mentioned that he himself was usually behind the ice cream truck himself, and he had to kind of follow up where it's been after
Mm.
he'd figure out information.
So no watermarks underneath the van. in the footage.
No, not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
But it also means that whatever it is that's doing this, it's probably opportunity rather than actually hunting. If it was
Yeah.
hunting specifically, you'd think that it would find somewhere that there would be a lot of children. Whereas it just seems to be wherever it happens to find children, it vanishes them.
Oh, this is targeting specific children.
Ooh.
If Larry's to be believed, the car rocked up outside his house and just his son, into the van.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess we could try to work out if there's anything visually similar about the kids who've gone missing. We've got photos of them as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Looking through, you don't tend to notice any major similarities. They've got children. All of them appear to be under the age of 7, as far as you can tell. But
Mhm.
boys, girls, it looks like. Give me a roll of some kind. I mean, science biology would be one that I think would be best, but
Nope. Physics. Criminology.
you could take a general intelligence roll as well if you want to use one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got some of that.
can try an intelligence.
Roll under your times 5.
This is the thing I should be doing more of. I have high intelligence. So that is a 14 under 90.
That's
Ooh.
good. Wow, under 90. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd probably notice that although the ages of the children do tend to vary, the thing they all appear like they're under 7, but they all look larger in stature. So there's no small or short children in the collection.
Okay.
That's something you probably would be able to put together. It's like, these are all,
Yeah.
reasonably well-built children. Like some of them are fatter, but some are just larger. There's no short children is probably the best way to put it. Short or thin.
Are they all white?
No, the variances of everything.
So not some kind of Scandinavian heritage then?
No, you've got Asians, Native Americans, Caucasian, lots of Finnish, huge amounts of Finnish children.
Joy.
So it looks like they're up to healthy children. Maybe even possibly a little bit on the plump side, which leads to some disturbing thoughts.
Plenty of skin.
Yeah, well, you said it. So
I can do as I'm asked and see if there's surveillance cameras
yeah,
leading away from the street that the impound is on.
that's your specialty, Agent Stone. I reckon you got this.
Nice. Yeah, give me computer science, I guess, is probably the best ones. Or SIG Intel, which is the signal intelligence.
Yep.
Roll that too if you've got that.
Okay, well, I've got SIG int of 60
Good.
and a computer science of 80.
So
Well,
probably on computer science.
Computer science.
Alrighty, I will roll that. 51 under 80.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I think you're able to log into a lot of the public traffic lights and pick up speed cameras and things from the area.
Yeah.
It's not too difficult to do so, and with it, you are able to see the truck pull out, and you're able to get a couple of pictures of decent images of the guy. It's a reasonably tall, salt and pepper haired gentleman, largest nose and tanned, who is got this big smile across his face as he continues to drive further and further outside town. gets on the freeway, and then starts driving away.
Right. And we know which direction.
Great
Yeah,
work.
yeah, he's heading south as far as you can tell.
Great work, Agent.
Is it the same guy who came over and talked to Barry on the?
Yeah, I was going to say, do we recognize the dude?
You weren't able to see his head, his face, but it does. The hair would match up, I guess. So yes.
And Larry was talking about a blonde guy.
Yeah, but he killed him.
Correct.
Was that the guy killed?
No.
Larry killed another gentleman, which was Jeffrey Kelly. The blonde guy that Larry was talking about was the original person who strangled him and, took his son David. Larry's mentioned, through Larry's briefcase, you've got a large collection of different ice cream men and a variety of pictures of them saying, oh, here's this ice cream man and here's this ice cream man.
Can Roger Stone use his SIGINT to try to get an ID on this guy and see if he is a local ice cream man?
You mean using the facial recognition software?
Facial recognition.
Yeah, I'll allow that with the SIGINT.
Sure, I'll give it a roll. Shall I?
Yeah, you got it.
1.
One's
Really?
good in this game. Yes, one's a good.
That's a
Under
critical
60.
success. Yeah, no, great. This, yeah. All right. No,
Does
this
he match
gentleman,
someone?
you're able to,
Or it might take
you
some
go
time.
searching everywhere for him. And someone on this picture, you start scouring the database to try and figure out who this person is. And you don't get a lot of social media hits, but you end up finding a dating website, Plenty of Fish, I think he's on. And there is a gentleman, early 60s, named Hugh Jones is his official name, title of, Fish Catcher 69 is his user handle.
Brilliant.
But, he's with that, you're able to, look up his file. He doesn't appear to have wife or children in the area. And he is from a couple of states over. And he was reported missing from, about 2 weeks ago by a local neighbor.
Interesting.
So I think on that note, with those details, we might have to call it there. It's getting a long session. So we
spot to
cut
end
to this
as well.
scene of this Mr. Hugh Jones, the big smile across his face, driving down the freeway.
Because, I mean, is there a better cliffhanger than that?
Yeah.
He drives off and just puts his brake on right before going off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, that's how we end the story. Yeah.
All right.
Good work, people.
Thanks.
So we're going to
figure
do
out what's going on here.
another one in our series of two-shot revolvers.
I know. I tend to do those, unfortunately. Every time I get in there, they're like, let's make this 2 episodes.
So, yeah.
It's hard. It would have been hard to do that in one, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, this story is meant to be a 1, but I think we just have fun and I milk it for a bit much more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the kind of role player who just likes, looking at the microwave for half an hour.
All right.
Sure
On that note, let's go look at our microwaves. We're going to sign off. We'll see you all next time.
All right.
See you all next time.
Ciao.